Okay, product to sum formulas. So this formula is very important because you might be asked to express the product of trig functions as a sum of trig functions. And another place that is very important is when we are integrators, when we are asked to integrate product of trig functions. So the better way is to move it to addition. So we have 4 of them. So the first one is sine. Okay, let's just write. If you could remember from our addition formula, that sine A plus B is always equal to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Do you remember? And sine A minus B is the same as sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. So let's call this equation 1, equation 2. So let's add equation 1 and 2. So adding equation 1, adding equation 1 and 2, you see that this plus this is sine A plus B plus sine A minus B is equal to this plus this is that the same, so it's 2 sine A cos B. Why this plus this is 0? So it's very important. So that's an important formula. So that's our first formula. So let's subtract equation 2 from 1. So we now have sine A plus B minus sine A minus B. So this minus this is 0. This minus minus is plus, so I have 2 cos A sine B. So that's another important formula. Again, if you could remember, our cos A plus B is always equal to cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. So let's call it equation 3. Again, cos A minus B is the same as cos A cos B plus, so plus is minus, minus is plus, sine A sine B. So let's call it equation 4. So that same way, adding equation 3 and 4 implies that cos A plus B plus cos A minus B is now equal to this plus this is 2 cos A cos B. Why this plus this is 0? So that's another important formula. So let's subtract. Let's do equation 3 minus equation 2. Equation 3 minus equation 4. So we now see that it's cos A plus B minus cos A minus B. This minus this is 0. This minus minus, so we have minus 2 sine A sine B. So these are the 4 product to sum formulas. Very important. So let's use it now. So assuming we're asked to express the following as sums of trigonometric functions. So I have cos sine. So as you can see, looking at this, which one has cos sine? So cos sine. So we are using this for the first one. So we'll see that for the first one, since we know that sine A plus B minus sine A minus B is equal to 2 cos A sine B implies that if we make this the subject of formula, cos A sine B is now half of sine A plus B minus sine A minus B. So therefore, we have that cos 4x sine 5x. Our A here is 4. Our A here is 4x and our B is 5x. So I have half sine 4x plus 5x minus sine 4x minus 5x. So which is half. This is sine 9x minus sine 4 minus x. Minus x. But again, if you could remember, sign of negative angle, we can bring the negative out. So we have half sine 9x plus sine x. Do you get from our negative identity? So that's our answer. So that same way, for the second one, I have cos cos. So if I have cos cos, it's now cos. So we'll go to this. Which one has cos cos? Cos cos. So we are using this. So since we know that cos A plus B plus cos A minus B is equal to 2 cos A cos B, implies that cos A cos B is now equal to half of cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. So looking at this, we now have that cos 9x cos 6x. So if you compare, our A here is 9x and our B is 6x, is now equal to half of cos 9x plus 6x plus cos 9x minus 6x. So which is equal to half 9x plus 6x is 15x. So 15x plus cos 3x. So that's it. Why the last one is we are seeing sine. So if you go to the identity of formula, we see that the one that has sine is this. So we see that since we have that cos A plus B minus cos A minus B is equal to minus 2 sine A sine B, implies that sine A sine B is now minus half cos A plus B minus cos A minus B. Though we can still write it as the minus goes inside, so I have half cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. You get the negative sign goes inside, so this is positive while this is negative. So we're asked to find sine, I think 4x sine 11x, sine 4x sine 11x is now equal to Our a is 4x, our b is 11x. We now have half of cos 4x minus 11x minus cos 4x plus 11x. So which is half. 4x minus 11x is minus 7x minus cos 4x plus 11x is 15x. And we know that cosine is an even function, so cosine of negative angle is just, you neglect the negative sign, so we have cos 7x minus cos 15x. So that's our answer. So that's how we use sum to product formula.